I think it's recording. All right. Okay, so yesterday we finished page 5, Prometheus Powers, and we're on to page 6. And, once again, you can see my roughs are very rough. Like, for example, I have the two characters here, but I just have the heads. This is supposed to be the throne in the background here. But let's go ahead and get it started. Get it going. And the way to start to do that is, first of all, let's rename our layers so they make sense. Make sure we're using all the right brushes. Today is Saturday, the 16th of September. It is 10:48 in the morning. I've actually already done a little trip to Walmart today, getting some groceries for the week. I can tell you that all the Halloween stuff is already out. Oh, I got a problem on my eraser. Eraser's got to have a brush too. So for my eraser, I like the syrup eraser. I'm looking at the Halloween lights. I'm like, I don't know, maybe I need some Halloween lights. Purple and orange and green. Even had little skeleton lights. I didn't get any. I remember one year, I can't remember where I was that I found this, but it was like an autumn garland of leaves. So orange and green and yellow and red. Fall leaves. And I found it somewhere, and I want to say I think it was a Halloween kind of thing, or it might have been like just a Target pumpkin spice thing. I have no idea, but I had that at work for a long time. All right. Taking a look, I think I've got my panels in. Here's the proof. Yes, your panels are here. Okay. I know this is only 2 pages because, well, we're on page 6. The previous page, this one, is the opening of chapter 2. And you can see it right there, chapter 2. I think this is the... Well, it's not the end of chapter 2. I go back and forth. This is the preamble. I mean, they're leaving the thing. They've released Vuku and they're going to go off. But I think what we have to have happen almost immediately afterwards, because we only have 10 more pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more pages, at least in my mind. And we can go over. I can go to 30 pages or 40 pages or 200 pages. But at least in my mind, this is a 16-page story. And, the setup's all there. We have to, don't screw around. Get right into the action, the meat of the story. So, previous chapter was all about Stardust plotting his revenge. They're leaving Vuku's realm. They got to get attacked by Stardust. Like next page, it's happening. Actually, I think we should have as Stardust stalking them for a page, right? Like sneaking, like he's watching them from a distance. Maybe we have them talking, or Prometheus and Abrax talking, and he's following them, and then he attacks suddenly. I think that would be the way to go. All right, now then, let's fix our brushes again. We don't want the technical pen once we've left the realm of panel borders. We want Rusty Nib. All right, so now we need an ink layer, which I don't have yet. Here it is, Inky. Dinky dinky do. Now I'm going to go back on the pencils layer just for a second, just to figure out. What's going on here? Especially since this is an upshot. It's so easy to get wrong. You know, we got the under the chin bit. How to get the eyes right. And the expression right. So close. He's looking up at it, you know. And let's put it behind these two characters. It's actually not even on the in the panel because it would be in the foreground. Oh, it's a great opportunity to put it actually in the foreground. I wonder if that's what I should do. What if I do that? What if I take this whole guy, push him off to here? I can move that speech bubble, and I can just kind of put it right here. That's not a bad idea, really. Okay, so let's move that speech bubble with this artifact. And then this one. The bargain is fulfilled, he assures him. Gotta get a good tight stack on your text. I want him to say all right then. And drop it down to 14. Boom. I'm slightly worried about the scale here. But I mean really slightly. So if I take this pencils, and I just drop it down a little tiny bit. I think we're in good shape, right? Okay. Also, he has a toga. Let's take a look at him once again over here. And this is what he's wearing. It's got a belt. It's about mid-thigh. He's got these armband looking things. He's barefoot. He's not wearing, but his feet aren't on there. He's got these 4 horns. He's also got the gem. That's the thing I left off. Okay. I knew I was leaving something off. Well, there's not much room to stick it on there, but it's going to be right over here. I think this line is off. Now, is that head too big for the body? It's slightly large, but he is a giant, so anytime you're doing this sort of non-human physiology, you can kind of mess with the proportions. I just dropped it down a little bit in size. I think we're going to be okay. All right, so let's go for it. Here's the ink layer. Rusty nib. Working from the front, this is the monolith in the foreground. And because it's so far to the front, we just black it out. Okay? But we got to make sure that everybody knows what it is. So we can draw things in the negative. Where is the rusty nib? So now I've got the eraser set as the rusty nib. I don't want anyone to think that this negative is like one of those alcoves in the wall or something. You can create kind of an optical illusion. But if we do this, let me show you. Even though we're drawing with the eraser, take out my pencils and you can see, aha, it's got some form and see? And it's covered with hieroglyphics and stuff, and there might even be these incomprehensible tubes and things that are coming off of it. All right, moving right along. Next up, remember we're moving forward to back. I think that means we have to do these guys first before we get to this guy, even though he's really the focal point of the panel. But there's also, this weird energy signature of the monolith. I wanted to create this thing because this creates depth. Just this one sort of plume. It's going to create a bunch of depth. And I want to leave this line, the bargain is fulfilled, right here. Oh, I might not be able to. We have to make sure that it's read in order. Now, it would still make general sense if we put the bargain is fulfilled before they say so we can go. Each version works, it's fine. But this way works better, I think. All right, next up. Prometheus Powers is in the front foreground. Abrax is in the back foreground. He's got the Tintin quiff right there. All right. Who would be another trickster that we could use? I thought of a cool twist ending. So I think that obviously, I don't think that we could have Stardust kill Prometheus Powers. He's our hero. Um, but I think that there should be like a way we haven't counted on. Whoops. Oh, smooth natural. You too large. You too large, brother. Here we go. But I think that actually we could come up with a different way. Once Stardust fails in his mission, that's the thing about stories. But maybe there is something he can do to succeed. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, it's about as strong as we're going to get it. Although I see the problem right away. Drawing a character from behind like this is not easy. You gotta think, okay, there's the nose, and then you have like the philtrum, which is this area. Like if this is the nose, there's like this little indentation called your philtrum, which is right under there. So this gives you a pretty good depth gauge to figure out how low below the end of the nose should I put the opening of the mouth. It's about that much. This is still a bit distorted. Okay. How about Abrax? Same deal. He's wearing a turban. I might have to get like I'm gonna have to go look at my references again. The turban, there's a talisman of Zune thing that's on the forehead of the turban, and then it kind of comes around like this. But he also his ears are visible, and we can get a lot closer to like a straight-on profile shot for him because he's at a different angle. I think his nose is just a bit too big. Abrax is pretty wise. That's why he isn't able to. He's keeping his mouth shut for the most part in dealing with this powerful magical character. All right, let's take a look. All right, looks about right. And a little bit. I want to work on his nose a little bit. All right, same deal. The philtrum should be our guidepost here. Now we're having chin issues. All right. There we go. It looks a little bit more youthful there. All right. Now, how do we do the rest? He's not wearing like a superhero outfit. He's got like this waistcoat kind of thing. So I might have to go and like figure out what that looks like from behind, because I think like the collar would be there. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw as much as I can without looking at reference, and then I'll look at reference and correct it. I think there's like a split in the back of a coat like that, like a jacket like that. There's a seam that runs down that way. I think we're close, you know? There's no belt. I think we could maybe... He should have Hondo, the chimera, shape-changing monkey creature. Oh, my line weight is for a little bit crazy. All right. All right. Okay. These are the wings of the monkey thing. I'm only a little bit regretting that I can't put the whole monkey's face in. But he's not a focal really point of any of this. One thing I dropped doing, like if you look at the very first appearance, I always had the monkey with a crown. And even when he shape changed into different forms, that was going to be the way you knew it was Hondo. It would always be wearing a crown, whether it was a bird or a dinosaur or whatever else he changed into. That's supposed to be an ear. Whoop. And he's got a tail. There we go. I think that's enough, especially when you look at, okay, this is about print size right here. Tiny little piece, right? So the real focal point, which we can start, is this guy. Vuku Triumphant. Okay, now he does have the belt. And then these kind of folds in clothing are known as pipe folds, if I get them correctly, which I may not be able to do. You know, as he stands up, they fall down. And then everything is going to be on his eyes. Now, he doesn't, I drew him with the pupils, but he doesn't necessarily need to have those. Because the way he's usually drawn. How's he drawn here? He's got these sort of like Greek statue eyes. All right, now we're going to fix this. Once we take the pencils out, I think we did good here. Okay. One thing I'm a little bit worried about is I probably need to downplay this shadow underneath because we're doing the upshot. Uh, this is going to be the light source. The monolith itself becomes the light source. All right. I'm going to fake in the outline of the throne that he just stood up from. And then we're going to call that a video right at 30 minutes. What is an opera? I saw someone making kind of ignorant comments about, oh, comics. People think they're all about superheroes, but I'm drawing mundane stories. Good for you. And then somebody talking about the inherent stupidity of superhero stories. Well, to me, they're operas. Look at that. They're mythology. They're pageantry. So much going on here. All right, let's erase the. Whoops. Might change that hand to have his fingers open, 75% of a character's emotion is in their hands. 25% is in the face, 75% in the hands. All right, maybe those percentages are a bit off. 50% in the face, 50% in the hands. So by having the closed fist, I think I'm doing the wrong message. I think I should have the hands open. Be a better choice. All right, page 6 has begun. Talk to you later.